All right, he is not the backup quarterback for Aaron Rodgers and the Green Bay Packers, but he is the drummer for Maroon 5. Please welcome to Drum Smack, Matt Flynn. How you doing, buddy?
Yeah.
Flynn. Hey, so much for taking the time, man.
Absolutely.
So good to see you, man.
Thanks for showing that little clip.
That little clip, did you like that little clip?
I have never seen that, actually.
Oh, really?
I was like, I must have been really tired.
I think that was in...
But you look so good.
It's the green.
The epic strobe.
Yeah.
It was the... I think it was in Jakarta.
Oh, really? That's why I can't remember, yeah.
Right on, man.
Yeah.
So, how you been? You just got off the road. You've been traveling a lot. You know,
Yeah.
Maroon 5 keeping you busy.
Absolutely, yeah. We just got back from Hawaii, as a matter of fact.
Oh,
Hello. Yeah, that's right.
Nice.
That's
yeah.
right.
It was not bad. I actually saw Dave Grohl when I was in Hawaii.
Oh, right
He's got a
on.
home there.
Oh,
I'd
cool.
never really met him before, and I was like, "Hi, Dave," and he's like, "Hi, whoever the hell you are." So it worked for one of us, you know. Yeah.
Awesome.
What island were you on, Oahu?
Kona. We're in Kona, so I don't know where the hell that is.
The Big Island.
Yeah.
The Big Island.
But it
The island of
small. Yeah,
The island of coffee.
yeah. The one with all the volcanoes and the
Yeah. Small population.
I got
but
lost in
biggest
that forest.
size.
That
Right.
was a bad day.
Oh yeah.
Volcano National Forest. Don't get lost in there. There's live lava.
I've seen that, but we basically were on the golf course, so
Sick.
Oh, on the golf course. We golfing these days?
we are trying. We're not really golfing. I wouldn't call it that.
Really?
Yeah. Smacking a
drink-
ball.
We have to
Drinking
hook you up with
some beers.
Adrian Young, man.
I was gonna say-
Scratch.
Yes, you know,
Fucking
Adrian-
scratch golfer, man.
He filled in for me. My mom had a heart transplant a couple of years ago.
Wow.
And she's doing great. But he
Good to
filled
hear.
in for me for a couple of weeks while I was, in the hospital.
Yeah.
It was kind of a strange
Wait, on the
thing.
golf course or on the drums?
Yeah, both. No, that's like 2 years before I even started playing golf. I've only been playing for like a year.
Did he tell you about giving you lessons? Like
No,
golf
I-
lessons and tips and everything?
What's odd is I've never met him. I've never even met him.
Really?
He filled in.
He's such a nice
He
guy.
filled- I know.
So cool.
Yeah, he's
But
amazing.
I've
He's so
texted with
cool.
him and we call back and forth, but I've never met him. So maybe someday. I went to go see him, a little while ago. But
Drum
Yeah.
Smack's going to bring it together.
Yeah,
It's
let's do
gonna happen.
that. Let's
There you
do
go.
that.
Making
Let's do that.
connections.
More pressure. Thanks, Brad. No, we'll do it. Damn.
the emotional reunion.
Yeah, I know, right?
Yeah.
Well, right on. So you've been playing like with Maroon 5 for how long now?
Almost 10 years.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
I know. I can't believe it.
That's
Wow.
amazing.
I can't believe it.
10 years and
10 years of.
well, that's one of the
But
things.
those are good.
You're right. Right. Every once in a while, I throw in a.
Getting crazy.
we got
Gotta
to
keep it
talking
fresh
with,
somehow.
Yeah.
I was talking with our friend Kelly King
Sure, yeah.
earlier tonight, and he had an interesting question that he wanted to ask you about, like, in the studio, a lot of the drums, there's a lot of programming elements to them.
Yep.
And trying to recreate that live. Tell us about the challenges of that, and kind of what are some of the things that you do to create that feel that you get from program.
Well,
live.
for one, we play to some of that. We add some of that to the track.
So you're playing.
My philosophy is to play. Play it strong, play it tight, give it a swing, and that's dance music. I mean, pop music is you have your vocals way up front, and then you have the drums. And we play these days in pretty sizable places. So I've always been like, it's got to be like AC/DC in a way. Just really simple and really hard. And that's it. There's not a lot of fills. When they're all, you showed a drum solo clip, but normally, it is really simple. But just leaning into that, making that beat work. My first drum teacher when I was 9, he said, "Here's your first beat," and he said, "You'll never master it," and it's true. You don't really master that. You can try to make it swing and stuff, but that's really the focus. So a lot of that, to be totally honest, a lot of that stuff that's around the programming, I just completely ignore it.
Yeah.
I just play the meat of the matter, and that sounds better live. You know what I mean? Sometimes the programming stuff I'm not always a huge fan of.
And then like like the sizes of your kit? Are you 22 or 24-inch kick?
22 mostly. I've done 24 at times, but it gets a little bit lost. I think it's better to have a little bit more punchy.
Like 5-piece, like 1 up, 2 down, right? Something like
Yeah,
that?
exactly. Yeah.
But
I've added some concert toms now for
really?
Dramatic effect.
Yeah. So
it looks good.
yeah, I hit them like once in the whole set.
There you
They're
go.
still there.
Put them in the semi, folks.
My drum tech's is like, thanks for that.
Yeah, I know, right? And then the next tour will be timpani, right?
Yeah, right,
Timpani, and
right,
you just
right,
gotta,
right.
like
Make it easy.
have like a 5.5 octave marimba, and it's like you hit one note. Bring it on tour.
That's the Neil Peart thing, right? With the glockenspiel, like bang, Guys, like that's 100,000 pounds.
Oh man.
Do you include any electronic like pads and use them or to
No.
manipulate any sounds, or
Nope.
it's just your drums?
I brought them in, and I had like a clap, and I'm going to probably do that in the future, but I don't know. Sometimes when you have a new toy, I'm like, like. So I'm just like, they're like, take it away. So no.
Awesome.
The answer is no. I do not at this
For now.
moment.
So you're trying to sneak it in, is what
Yeah.
you're saying.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Needs a few more trial runs.
Yeah. For that question.
So you got 10 years with Maroon 5, and before that, you were doing work with Gavin DeGraw, right? So you kind of like
I worked with Gavin, and I worked with the
B-52s, right?
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
So yeah, I was in the New York scene for 18 years, playing in just about 8 million bands, and
In count.
and I was really, and I realized at a certain point that you have to have a singer, a good singer, but because you could play all sorts of complicated stuff, but if you don't have a good singer, nobody gives a shit.
Yeah.
So you have to. So then I was like, okay, but when you get a good singer, then you have to dial back the
Pull
shit
back.
that you were doing.
Yeah, that's right.
But I've embraced that now.
Yeah.
After lashings.
Dude, it's a shift, right? It's a
Yeah,
total mental
It
shift.
is. But it's much kind of more rewarding to set up a band and really just kind of be the pulse behind a good song instead of a lot of experimental shit that's not necessarily good.
Yeah.
I mean, it's cool. It can be.
Yeah.
It can be really bad also.
I understand that.
Yeah.
I went to school for jazz. I get it.
Oh yeah.
Speaking of school, you went to Berkeley, is that right? Or did you
No, that is not right. No, I did not go to Berkeley.
Where'd you go to school?
I drove by Berkeley.
You drove by?
Yeah.
There it is.
I think it was
There it
Berkeley.
is, right there.
Yeah. So, no, I went to. Well, I didn't want to. I wanted to play the drums since I was 8, 7, 6 even, and I was finishing high school. And my parents were like, "You have to go to college." And I was like, well, I don't really want to go to college. I want to go play the drums. And they're like, that's not, you can't play the drums.
They're just like,
Yeah.
what are you talking about? You can't play the drums
Right.
and make a
They're like,
living.
it's not, you're going to have to go to college for a little bit. So I went to San Diego State because it was basically the only place that would take me after, in the late 80s, because I didn't really apply to a lot of places. And I certainly didn't apply myself in college, but I went to San Diego State. Yeah, but
There you go.
yeah. So I was a spectacular failure in college, and my parents were like, fine, just go to New York, do what you got to do, and
Yeah.
it paid off 15 years later.
Yeah, man. And then
Something to stick it to it, man.
Yeah.
Something to it.
Yeah.
and then at that time were you always playing kind of like working with like pop bands and stuff? Or-
Never,
I mean
no.
like because I remember when we talked maybe like 5 years ago or something when Tony Gracci, a good friend of
Tony's
the
been
show
on.
and good friend of ours, we were talking about just kind of like just some of the transitions and stuff that you made, like like playing this pop stuff kind of compared to what you used to play. I mean, tell us about what you're kind of like used to play and then, making that transition.
Well, I always get, people give me crap about this all the time, especially in New York. But the me at 20 years old compared to the me now at 43, would probably try to kick the shit out of me. And but like he'd show up at the door and ding dong and be like, "I'm taking you down." But I'd be like, "Hey, before you do, let me show you around a little bit." You know,
It's not as bad. It's not so bad.
The upstairs is in the back there. Yeah. So this is where we watch our football games. We still like football. And but no, just kidding. But I went from playing in a lot of aggressive bands, and I really loved. I grew up a metalhead,
Right.
And then so when I was on tour with Maroon 5 with Gavin DeGraw, who I was gonna, at the time I was kind of leaving that anyway.
Yeah.
I never even watched them play, never. And I had the record. Or they sent me the record that said, "Hey, we need you to play," because their drummer got injured, Ryan, who's amazing, and I listened to it and I was like, "Oh my God, I could. This is great, actually."
Fun.
And I realized, Adam's an amazing singer and they had great songs, and I was like, I can do my thing to this.
Yeah.
It's just going to change the way the band is live,
Sure.
a lot. But that really helped because they were transitioning from clubs into arenas, so it made sense.
Right.
Because when you're playing in an arena, you got to play it to the back of the arena.
Yeah.
It's got to be.
You got to bang it out.
You got to hit it hard.
Yeah.
So we're actually kind of fit perfectly.
Nice.
Good, perfect.
Yeah, that and the fact that I had a daughter and I had to, get my ass in gear.
Put it together, man.
Yeah. So
Transitioning from those smaller clubs to the arena, what kind of changes does that do to your playing as far as how hard you're hitting, and was it a challenging one to get used to just like slamming?
yeah, no, I always kind of slammed. Not always, but you have to. Now it's like you have to get in shape to play a tour, and the only way to do that is to kind of do the first few dates. So hopefully they're. Hopefully the first couple dates are in Alaska, but you get in shape after a while and you feel good. But nothing against Alaska, but
We love Alaska.
yeah,
Just cold. That's all.
just cold, yeah. Palin, but sorry,
Do you like Palin?
I don't. But
Okay, good.
yeah, but the other thing is when you're in a club, you can hear better. See, there's more room to play. When you're in a massive arena, wherever you're playing, you have to. You can't hear a bunch of fast fills. You can't hear 30-second notes, or not that I can even do those. But you can't. It's
Yes,
really.
you can.
It's the AC/DC thing. It's the.
Right.
Find a good fill and just hit it hard and
Yeah.
let it breathe. 'Cause
Space.
It doesn't. I listen to recordings and I'm like, what am I doing? It's too much. Too much. If you try to go, it's just like.
Yeah. There's no clarity to it, right?
Nothing.
Interesting.
Yeah.
And then it take a while to kind of get used to that, like getting.
Yeah, it did. It took a while getting used to, I don't know,
Balance.
getting used to being in the headline band also, because it's
Yeah.
easy to open for a band. It's not easy, but opening when you realize everybody that is there to see you,
You recognize this song?
No, I don't actually. I thought it was a live version of me. It sounds exactly like it.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah. See.
All right, everybody, we're going to take a quick break. You're listening to Drum Smack here on T Radio V. We'll be right back. Stick around.
Ja, hallo, this is Thomas Lang, yeah, and you're listening to the Drum Smack on the T Radio V. Hi, this is Slim Jim Phantom. Hope you're enjoying my show, The Big Beat. Happy holidays from all of us here at T Radio V, radio in TV.
T Radio V.
I found the greatest invention this week. It's a bed that's made for cuddling. It's called the Cuddle Mattress. And look, you can slot your elbow in.
Oh my! And what about
Yeah.
the remote? That's my biggest concern.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, you would seriously.
I already lose my remote and I have a normal bed and it gets like caught in my blanket.
Yeah.
You shag in one, and then when you get it all like wet and messy, you sleep in the other. And that's kind of what you need in life. You need like a bed to shag in and a bed to sleep in.
It's the Suicide Girls, Thursday, 6 p.m. on T Radio V.
Hey cats and kittens, Slim Jim Phantom here. You probably recognize me from my lifetime membership in the Stray Cats. That's me standing up playing the drums, providing the big beat. If you don't know it by now, the Big Beat is about rockabilly music. I'm going to play rockabilly music, I'm going to talk about rockabilly music, and I'm going to start out by playing all of the original favorites by all the original rockers. We got Elvis Presley, Carl Perkins, Johnny Cash, Eddie Cochran, Gene Vincent, Chuck Berry, Buddy Holly, Jerry Lee Lewis, Little Richard, the list goes on and on. One by each of those guys going to start out the show right here on T Radio V, radio in TV.
T Radio V, radio in TV. Radio in TV.
Hi, I'm Katie Cleary.
And I'm Kristen Renton.
And we're from World Animal News.
World Animal News discusses animal issues from around the world.
News that matters. Watch World Animal News every Thursday at 11 a.m. Find out everything about me on Twitter at Katie_Cleary and
at Kristen Renton.
T Radio V, radio in TV.
Radio in TV.
Nice.
Hanging with Erskine.
Yeah.
Michael Murphy, everybody. All right, you got Drum Smack here on T Radio V. We're talking with Matt Flynn, not the backup quarterback for the Green Bay Packers, as we said earlier, but the drummer for Maroon 5. Yep. So we have a little video we would like to this is when you were in Japan.
Okay.
And this is really cool, just to see Matt in his groove and stuff like that. Let's go ahead and play Cut 13 real quick and check it out. It's pretty cool. All right.
Cut 13.
Okay, it's not no Cut 13. No, all right.
It
was great.
There's no cool footage out there.
You're gonna have to reproduce it live in the studio.
Yeah, do it right
what
now.
happened in Tokyo?
He's like, we have a cool thing to show you. Oh, there's no cool things about Flynn ever. Yeah.
No, all the pressure's on you.
Yeah.
Go.
What was the song?
Yeah.
I bet it was.
That's brilliant. It's perfect.
Yeah.
I believe it was Sunday morning.
Oh.
Yeah.
There you go.
There you go.
Yeah. Yep. I wake up screaming to that song. No, I'm just kidding.
Who were some of your drumming influences growing up, Matt?
One of my favorites growing up, well, when I was like 6, I was way into Kiss. But, yeah, super way, totally way.
Getting your mom's makeup and putting it on.
Yeah.
Way.
Yeah. But one of my favorite records from the 80s, when I was a teenager during the 80s, was Missing Persons, Terry Bozzio, the Spring Session M. That record is outrageous. I think he's just a genius. And then, the Police and Stuart Copeland, but and John Bonham, of course.
Sure,
all that. All the, and I was big into Rush, of course, when I first started. But then I went to New York and I realized I couldn't play like Neil Peart if I ever wanted to have another gig. You know what I mean? Yeah. You just can't play that. I don't know how Carter Buford does it, to be honest with you.
Dude, it's really interesting because like on that pop scene, I mean, I've seen some of their concerts and he's doing those 30-second fills and stuff like that.
It is wild, yeah.
I mean, you got to do them on the small
Right.
toms for him to cut in that big spot, but you can't be doing it down here.
Yeah, but everybody else would fire you.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
There's only one Dave Matthews, right?
Yeah.
And he already has that guy.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you just like and then those influences carrying now going to like to today. Do you with family and stuff? Do you still find time to like practice? Do you still check out some of the new guys coming up and influence? Is there new guys influencing you? Some of the new.
Absolutely. I still I don't really practice that much. Sometimes I do. My son plays. He's 6.
Oh, yeah?
So we'll go in and we'll jam together, and I'll go to my friends' homes and where I live and play with different people. But there's a lot of young musicians that I dig, and not a tremendous amount. I think this whole thing that you can record records in your living room now, or in your bedroom, I should say, hasn't made music better in any way. So I can only really tell when we play festivals or something, and you see the other bands, and I'm like, oh my god,
Yeah.
that guy's amazing, or that guy
Right.
sucks.
But that guy's really good at editing YouTube clips.
Yes, totally. You know, like the kid, Elon Rubin. Have you heard it? He's playing with Nine Inch Nails. That guy's amazing.
Yeah.
I just saw them at Staples Center.
Oh,
and
dude,
he was amazing.
Yeah, he is only like 23. He is.
Wow.
He's like he's John Bonham.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah. I'm into rock drummers, and I mean I love all sorts, but I love rock bands, and that kind of heavier stuff. But they don't come around that often. There's not that many good ones.
Is there any other guys that stand out while you're on tour? Like any names that come to mind?
I don't know. I mean, the normal big guys, like a Dave Grohl or something. But other guys that I've met, almost every band that we've had open for us has had a great drummer.
Yeah.
So
this level, right?
Yeah.
At that level, I mean,
Yeah.
gotta be.
And a lot of those
bringing
guys are the church guys, and that just play so much. I'm like, I don't even know what you're doing. Like, I don't even know what that is.
Yeah.
The gospel scene.
Crazy phrasing.
Unreal, man.
It is ridiculous. Yeah.
All that crazy phrasing.
Yeah.
And how's life being a dad? Father of 2?
That's great. Yeah. My daughter's 10 and my son is 6.
Wow.
So
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, so that's why when I come home I don't practice as much because we're always going on tour. We're just always gone. Thank God for Adam's show, The Voice.
Yeah.
But
The Voice.
I told him I was like, I don't think you should do the reality TV thing.
You did you really?
I did, yeah, totally. I was like, I made a bunch of stupid, they used to ask me what I thought about things, and moves like Jagger came in, and we were like playing it, and I was like, I don't think this song is. I don't like this song. And
let's not put it on the record.
Yeah, right. I was like, I don't think anybody's gonna, And then it was like, hey, I got offered the show The Voice. I was like, that doesn't. That's a terrible.
It's not gonna take off.
My wife is friends with Jon Favreau's wife, or whatever, and I was sitting in his backyard, and he was like, Matt, I'm gonna direct. I think he said, Mike, I'm gonna direct the next Iron Man movie, and I was like, Iron Man, really? Batman, Superman.
Perfect.
So I'm the worst person to ask.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Well, man, I want to thank you so much for coming on, and
Hey, it's a pleasure.
Definitely have you back on in the future, man, and
That'd be great.
enjoy the holidays, and love your playing, and I think you're really underrated.
Thank you.
On the scene, and thanks for coming on here so people can, hear you and get your ideas and stuff like that.
I appreciate it, man. Thanks for having me.
Yeah,
All right.
pleasure, man.
Yeah. Take care, guys.
Matt Flynn, everybody.
All
right, we're gonna do a quick video to introduce Russ, our next guest. So check this out. Yeah. All right.